I love the Jewish holiday Purim. The story of Esther is inspiring, and the themes of redemption are uplifting. This holiday is just wrapped in joyful celebrations and fun times. So what's not to love about Purim? Well, amid the affection that many Jews and a growing number of Christians have for this holiday, Purim is also a somber reminder of the ongoing presence of what Jewish tradition refers to as the spirit of Amalek. So in the book of Exodus, Amalek was a nation that attacked the Jewish people without cause. So in Jewish thinking, Amalek represents a timeless antisemitic force that seeks to undermine God's faithfulness by persecuting and destroying the Jewish people. So in the Purim story, Haman is understood as having the spirit of Amalek. And many examples of other individuals, groups, and nations manifest this same anti-Semitic spirit in different ways, places, and times. So while I'm not sure if the Apostle Paul would have been familiar with the term the spirit of Amalek, he was keenly aware of anti-Jewish sentiments. In fact, Paul wrote his most famous letter, Romans, as a response to reports that anti-Jewish attitudes were emerging among the Christ-following community in Rome. In Romans, Paul confronts boasting, arrogance, and a spirit of superiority that the Gentile Christ followers were beginning to express towards the Jewish community. Famously, in Romans 11, Paul tells the Romans, do not be arrogant toward the natural Jewish branches, and don't be wise in your own sight. Paul was heavy-hearted that most of his Jewish kinsmen were not persuaded like he was regarding Jesus. Nonetheless, for Paul, the Jewish people remained beloved and connected to the olive tree, which represents a place of blessing and protection within God's family. Bottom line, Paul wrote Romans so that an anti-Jewish, Amalek-type spirit would not take root among Gentile Christ followers, and he charged these early Christians to remain positively connected to the Jewish community despite their different convictions. Tragically, Paul's cautions were not heeded, and in what would have been an unfathomable outcome to Paul, his letters were weaponized by later interpreters to denigrate Jews and Judaism. So why does this matter today? Well, interpretations of Paul that pit him against Jews and Judaism continue to proliferate. This undermines Paul's emphasis in Romans. Paul wrote Romans so Christians would be clear that God's gifts and calling upon the Jewish people were irrevocable. So a powerful way to confront the spirit of Amalek in our time is to reframe Paul as a voice that can positively connect Jews and Christians. Doing so will not only give us a more historically accurate understanding of Paul, it will also demonstrate the redemptive spirit of Purim in our time. Well, hey, if you'd like to learn more about Paul and his Jewish and Greco-Roman context, check out my book, The Weird Apostle. You can find it on Amazon. And don't miss out on any of my new content by subscribing wherever you're watching or listening.